I would call my favorite song on the show "I Believe," which is Price's affirmation of his faith, or reaffirmation of his faith. He sort of goes through a process of, you know, sort of doubting, and then he sort of is reclaiming Mormonism for himself. And I love that song. I love it for a couple, I mean, I love it because it's fun to sing, and I also love it because it's all factual. Like, all of the lyrics that I sing in that song about the fundaments of the Mormon religion are true.
For me, what a musical does, and why I think of West Side Story, which is my favorite musical, is that it's a fantastical, beautiful world that can only happen in a theater, where people can sing and dance and all these things, and it doesn't even seem strange. Like, it feels totally organic in the world that they've created. You can get away with hyperbole in a way you can't if you're trying to speak, especially in a play. You can say grand things. Make of our hands one hand, which is West Side Story. If you said that in life, people would like yawn and roll their eyes, you know? We have this big song, I Believe, and in it we say all these things that the Mormons believe, and if you separate them or you try to just like string them all together in a paragraph, it seems bizarre. But for some reason, when put in song, you can say all sorts of things and get away with a lot of stuff.
It's funny, like the few Mormon friends that I've had who have come to see it say that they find themselves laughing at it, but also surprisingly touched by that song, that it is sort of like an anthem of Mormonism, but it's hilarious at the same time. I think Kevin goes through his doubting of faith time, which is something that maybe a lot of really fervent religious believers don't go through. But obviously, you know, if you come through the other end of any sort of questioning, it will only make your belief stronger. I think the great thing that we're doing is sort of acknowledging that we can all sort of believe in these different stories. And, you know, of course, what I believe, I take as faith, but what I think about what your beliefs are, I might think completely ridiculous. Like, how could you possibly believe that? But when you sort of turn the mirror around on your own faith, you're like, well, I guess that story is kind of crazy too.
It really is a show about the value of believing in something, and faith, and Mormon religion is just a convenient conduit for that, a foil to use to send that, I'm not going to say message, because I don't think those guys, Matt and Trent, believe in a message. They're just doing what's funny and what hits them, and they're using fact to do it. So it's almost looking at our own human foibles and our own extremism, our own religious fervor, and taking some air out of that.